All right, no change to these headlines, though we will be looking at the upcoming week, right around the midweek period. We're going to be looking at some clearing and drying, but even that pattern is not totally set in stone because we could see a cutoff low pressure system right around the Four Corners region. And if that does come to fruition, not all models are on board with that idea, but if that does pop up and become a player for midweek, then we won't get that clearing and we should maintain some cloudier conditions. In fact, Montrose and any area further to the south may just by default pick up some of that added cloud coverage instead of the clearing. So that's something we're going to watch for the midweek. We still have Sunday, Monday, valley rain, mountain snow, and still this system is lingering about. The great news is it's really adjusted our temperatures. Last week we were in the upper 70s, middle 80s. We weren't setting records. Those records are 89, 90 for Grand Junction. But we were running 5, 7, 8 degrees warmer than the averages for this time of the year. And those averages for this time of the year, Grand Junction 75, Montrose 73. So with that information, we're going to maintain these cooled temperatures through the rest of the weekend, through the beginning of next week. In fact, the majority of next week will be under the influence of this passage of the cold front. Now, it took a while to get here. It took a while to exit. We still are not completely free of its grip. Snow still occurring in the mountain zones. Higher elevation snow, we're talking above 11,000, 12,000 feet. But even when I say that, I need to qualify that statement because we did pick up some snow Friday night on the Grand Mesa, very little bit, a dusting. Roads were wet, grass was snowy, and then anything above 11,000 feet Saturday morning, and then again Sunday morning, and honestly even Monday morning. It's going to get a fresh cone of that white snow. We're talking above 11,000 feet. That's timberline. So you get above that, there's not much other than barren rock. So that's where we could see 5, 6, 7 inches of snow. Still, though, not enough to merit a winter weather advisory because that would mean the snow would have to be at pass levels, right around 10,000 feet, like Vail Pass, for example. And while, yes, roadways were wet, grasses were snowy, it didn't really pose a whole lot of problem. There have been some traffic issues on and off throughout the course of the weekend. So that's just a reminder for me to tell you, get in winter mode. I know it's early October, but get in winter mode. Have your car prepared, whether it's a winter tune-up, make sure your fluids are topped off, make sure your fluids are replaced, make sure your tires are good to go, and make sure your vehicle can operate in these conditions. If it's all-wheel drive, if it's studded tires, whatever it is, you need to pursue that path because my advice to family and friends, I don't travel up and over the mountain passes after October and before May. It's just risky. And if you're doing it without your vehicle that's in tip-top shape, that adds more of a risk and a danger, to be quite honest with you. And it's not just your vehicle, kiddos, it's your own mental state. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you have an emergency kit. If you haven't already checked in to westernslope.now.com to find that, Google it. It's a very simple little list to keep in your car. I always stuff my vehicle with last year's winter clothing. I donate clothes, but I also keep a round of clothes for an emergency backup in case anything were to happen. So here are the cooler temperatures for Grand Junction through the middle of next week. One pattern possibility is that, and this far north for Grand Junction, it may totally be possible. We're going to maintain clear and dry conditions, and we'll keep those cooler temperatures right around the seasonal average. We'll start the work week with some lingering showers. But for Montrose County and areas further to the south, we maintain cooler than average temperatures, but we don't exactly get that clearing pattern developing. We're going to be watching a cutoff low pressure system in the Four Corners region that may infiltrate our pattern and may recreate more snow, more rain, especially in the southern half of the state. So this bears watching for the midweek coming up, but we still need to finish the weekend and start the work week with these very fall-like conditions.